So you're thinking about moving to West Jordan, Utah. Well, in today's video, I'm telling you everything you need to know about living here in West Jordan. I'm out here at the Veterans Park today here in West Jordan, Utah, and I've lived in this city here for the last 25 years and know this place like the back of my hand. Before we get into the video, my name is Marvin Alvarado, the sneakerhead realtor here in Salt Lake City, Utah, and I get calls and messages from people just like you every single day looking to make their move here to the state of Utah. And I love hearing from you guys. So if you're thinking about making the move here in the next 3 days, 3 months, or even a year from now, feel free to reach out to me. You can call me, text me, email me. All of my contact information is below. I look forward to hearing from you, and I look forward to helping you make your move to Utah as smooth as possible. Now, let's jump into the video. So today we're talking about West Jordan, Utah, here in Salt Lake County. So West Jordan is one of the biggest cities here in the Salt Lake City area. It's about 20 minutes or so from downtown Salt Lake City, and you're surrounded from some of the other cities like Kearns, Taylorsville, Midvale, South Jordan, and the Daybreak area here. But like I said, from downtown Salt Lake City to West Jordan, you're about 20-minute drive or so. Right now is a little bit of a higher traffic time, so rush hour. So it's probably going to take you a little bit longer than it typically would. But like I said, you're still around 20 minutes or so, give or take, depending on what area you are in of West Jordan. But a little bit about West Jordan here. So with a population of about 116,000 here in this city, like I said, it's one of the biggest cities here in the area. But this city has a lot to offer. I've lived here for a very long time and kind of have seen the growth that has happened here in this area. But West Jordan starts here on the border of the Jordan River Parkway, and it goes all the way west to the Bacchus Highway, which is over here, over on this side, on the west side of the valley. But we'll start over here on the east side of West Jordan. Some of the things that it has to offer, and some of the things that you can do with your family and places that you can check out. So first off, one of the most popular things here in West Jordan is the Gardner Village. So this area is a historical area. It's got some restaurants, some shopping, and it's right there next to, like I said, the Jordan River Parkway, where this is an area that you can go for walks, take your bikes out, and it spans across from about Salt Lake City down to about the South Jordan Draper area. So there's a trail that you can ride your bikes or take a walk in the evenings with your family. But the Gardner Village is somewhere where, like I said, you have restaurants. During the fall, they have Halloween activities. There's also an indoor soccer place here in the Garden Village area that you can check out, and something that you can sign up if you have friends or family to start a team. But let's go here a little bit further. One of the things here, this is where I was at earlier in the video, is the Veterans Memorial Park. This is a pretty big park here in West Jordan. There's a lot of different play areas for kids in different age groups, and there's also a big trail that you can walk around the park itself. There's a lot of grass. A lot of time they have kids practicing soccer or playing soccer. There's also a few baseball fields, and there's also the West Jordan Library there, which is a fairly new library. Very nice building. And it's, like I said, it's right next to the park. So in the summer, if you go to the park and you just want to cool off for a bit, you can head over to the library and check that out. But another cool thing here about this area is there's a stadium. So during the 4th of July weekend, for example, they hold a pretty big rodeo here in this park. And during the same time, the 4th of July weekend, there's a carnival going on here at the Veterans Memorial Park. So they'll have rides and food vendors, and all different types of things you can check out. There's also a big fireworks show for the 4th of July. And they also do a 4th of July parade that kind of goes through the Redwood Road here that we have. So it starts about, here where the City Hall is, which is about this area right here. So it starts there, and then it goes down all the way down to Redwood till about 70 to South, which is about right here. But the city of West Jordan does a lot of cool activities, for holidays, and then all throughout the year there's different things going on that you can check out. Same area right here. There's also the rec center, so they have a really cool pool for the West Jordan residents. There is a fee to get in, but it's very cheap. It's about $4 a person. I think $2 for kids, and kids under 2 are free to get in. There's also a golf course here in West Jordan called the Mountain View Golf Course. So let's go ahead and just take a quick look at that. So it's got about a 3.9 star rating. And it's a pretty big golf course. So if it's something that golf is something that you're into, and a hobby of yours, something that may be worth checking out. But let's go ahead and take a look at some of the other things that West Jordan has here to offer. So, as I mentioned, the West Jordan area is going to span over here to the east side, to the west side over to the Bacchus Highway. But the majority of this area here, the east side of West Jordan, is going to be a lot of residential homes. There is some businesses here, through some of the major streets. Like, for example, the one we were looking at earlier here, where the Veterans Memorial Park, 7800 South, runs all the way up, towards the east side of the west side of West Jordan. So this street right here goes all the way up. And then we have 90th South, which is this road right here. It goes all the way up also. These are, for the most part, going to be the two main roads that you have to take up if you live in this area on the west side of West Jordan, which is up towards this mountainside here. But as I mentioned, a lot of this area is going to be residential. There's some shopping here. One of the major shopping centers that we have here in West Jordan is located here, just off the Bangor Highway, and that's the Jordan Landing Shopping Center. This shopping center is massive, as you can see. There's pretty much anything that you will need here in this area. Anything from a Walmart, Sam's Club. There's a couple gyms like Planet Fitness and EOS, Barnes and Noble. The Nike factory store. Tons of restaurants. There's a really great sushi spot here called Sakana. So if you're in the area, I would definitely highly recommend the sushi spot to check out. But there's tons of different things here to offer, as far as, food-wise and shopping-wise. So if you live in West Jordan, this is primarily where you'll probably go if you need to pick up any groceries or anything like that. But we also have, several other grocery stores here in the area, like a Macy's, which is a local grocery store. We have a couple Smiths here in the area. But even if you are further on the west side of West Jordan, there's still other shopping centers, over in South Jordan and the Kearns area. But one of the other things that West Jordan has is the South Valley Regional Airport. This is a smaller airport for smaller aircrafts, so not a whole lot of activity going on here as far as major traveling. It's just smaller aircrafts here in this area, but it's something that you'll see, fairly often if you're driving through this area. There'll be planes landing and just, planes, flying above. But once we get up here a little bit further west, like I said, this is also going to be the majority of it is going to be residential. But once we get up here to the west side, this is where a lot of the new construction is happening in the West Jordan area. So there's a lot of new homes here in this area here of West Jordan. But this is a higher elevation. One of the things to keep in mind, if you live in this area, is that if you work downtown, or if you work over in Lehigh in the Silicon Slopes area, or wherever you work, in the Salt Lake Valley, there's only technically there's only a couple ways to be able to get up to this west side. So the first is obviously going through these smaller streets. Or the main roads that lead up to the west side, which is 7800 South and 90th South. The other way is going to be, if you take Bangor here and then head up one of the main streets, also 78th or 90th. But then we also have the Bacchus Highway, where depending on, like I said, where you work, it is an option for you to get up to this, west side of West Jordan. But yeah, like I said, there's a lot going on here as far as new construction. Grocery stores. This area right here is starting to get really developed, with a lot of businesses, like a Smith's grocery store, and there's also some smaller restaurants, and obviously some other, familiar restaurants that you'll see here, like a Taco Bell or Taco Time, Domino's, those type of things. But as far as this area, like I said, because you're at higher elevation here, you're going to be able, you're going to be seeing a lot more snow than you would be, here, on the, old West Jordan area. Even though it's only about 15-minute drive or so, 10 to 15 depending on how much traffic. But you're going to be able to see a significant difference in snow when there are some snowstorms, between this area here and this area on the west side of West Jordan. But overall, West Jordan has a lot of great things to offer, and like I said, a lot of shopping. And there's also one of the things that is also really popular is there is a Salt Lake Community College. So this community college has several locations throughout the valley, but the Salt Lake Community West Jordan location is fairly big. So it's a pretty big spot for the local students. But there's also a hospital here, the Jordan Valley Hospital. So you have that really, really close by, depending on where you live here in the West Jordan area. One of the things to keep in mind that's really beneficial is, regardless of where you live in West Jordan, anything that you'll need as far as shopping or groceries, you're going to be within, about a 5 to 10 minute drive. The next thing to keep in mind, as far as the city of West Jordan is, overall, the public schools have a pretty good rating. Like I mentioned earlier, the population is at about 116,000. The median home, price is about 342,000. There's a lot of, starter homes in West Jordan that are going to range, like into, high 300s to 400,000s. But they also have the ability to get into like condos or townhomes that they're going to be in a little bit of a lower price range. But overall, the majority of the residents of West Jordan are homeowners. About 77% own their home, and about 23%, rent their home. The median rent price is going to be about $1,300, almost $1,400. Keep in mind, this is going to be for a smaller apartment. And it's not going to be something that's going to be super modern. So, rent, unfortunately, is getting, a little bit on the expensive side here in the state of Utah. A lot of times, depending on your specific situation, it just makes a lot more sense to buy your own home. But other than that, the West Jordan city, is ranked number 9 as the most diverse suburbs in Utah, and number 22 as one of the most diverse places to live in the state of Utah, and number 33 as one of the best suburbs for young professionals here in the state of Utah. Now, let's go ahead and, and take a look at some of the homes that, West Jordan has to offer. Like I said, you're going to be able to see starter homes from the, high 300s to, 400,000s. That includes condos and townhomes. But then, we also have a ton of single family homes. Right now in the city of West Jordan, there's about 160 homes for sale. Like for example, we have this one right here that's at 470,000. And then we have some, starting in the 500,000 range, that are a little bit newer. This is on that west side of West Jordan that I was talking about. But like I said, we have, houses that are going to be in, in all different price ranges. There's going to be some houses that are up in the 700, 800, even $1 million. But we're not going to see a whole lot of those here in the city of West Jordan. But like I said, West Jordan, is a great place to live. I've lived here, in this area for the last, 20, 25 years. So I'm very familiar with the area. But if you have any questions that you want answered, let me know in the comments what questions you have. Let me know what questions you have about West Jordan or outside of the West Jordan area or the greater Salt Lake City area. If you want to see any videos about a specific topic or specific area, feel free to leave that in the comments. Otherwise, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.